exposing the Snowdens.
So at this point, it seems like on the daily, another person is coming forward exposing the Snowdens. It all started off with Ken and Susie. He said Dimitri had scammed him and he was out $100,000 after Dimitri came to him to make a reality TV show called Strapped and Scrapped, where they were going to be building military grade vehicles, and Dimitri promised it would sell for $2 million. And Ken was supposed to give Dimitri 2 military grade vehicles for free, but after he did not get no money, Ken didn't do that because Ken ended up being out $100,000. Somebody else who was supposed to be involved with that project, her name was Jada, and Jada was supposed to be hired by Dimitri, and Dimitri said a lot of lies about her and kind of brought her into all of this mess. So Jada came forward and Dimitri used her name to make contact with companies that he was trying to get sponsors from, and Dimitri was lying and saying Jada was a Netflix producer and his assistant, and she wasn't. Dimitri even said Jada was going to be a sister wife and move in with him and Ashley, and that's not even possible because she's been married for 15 years and she's happily married. And she was a software engineer and she doesn't even know anything about Netflix or producing. She said she was never brought into the polygamy circle and she's happily married with her husband, like I said. And she's very upset because she says Dimitri saying she is going to be a potential sister wife is disrespectful to her and disrespectful to her husband and causing problems in her marriage. So she got to know Dimitri 15 years ago on MySpace. She said they were both into graphic designing and gaming and they just had a lot in common. So Dimitri approached this Jada lady in September for this Strapped and Scrapped TV show that Dimitri said he was going to get Ken on. Dimitri said he wanted to get sponsors and Jada was the one that was supposed to be sending out the emails trying to get the sponsorships. Dimitri claimed these sponsors were going to make Ken a millionaire and Jada was supposed to be his right-hand man in this whole making a TV show thing, even though she had no experience, and Dimitri promised her 10% of all earnings. Jada never put any work into it because she was going through a lot at the time. Her mother had passed away like a month later, and then her cousin passed away shortly after. So Jada never signed a contract or NDA, and Dimitri is a scammer and con artist, and even Ari, his ex-potential sister wife, said Dimitri had a second social security number with a clean record because he has felonies for forgery and all kinds of other things. So he used that to get around things. So Dimitri was talking about doing 5 different shows with Jada. We're going to go more into detail what all those 5 shows were here in a minute, but he made a fake email pretending to be Jada and was emailing all these sponsors. So Jada doesn't seem like she's going to go to law enforcement or really do anything about it, but Dimitri is using Jada's name to do his dirty work. So she's going to be the one that ends up taking the fall for it if anything ends up coming back on them, and that's just no bueno. So like I said in my previous video, when Dimitri was trying to film this show with Ken, he would leave for 3 to 4 months at a time, and he left Ashley and Crystalline and all the kids back at the house for almost 4 months. That is crazy. And then he came back for a week with Crystalline and to visit Ken's house with his wife, and then Crystalline went back to the house with Ashley and she like ran out the gate that same day and left with her kids. Ashley tried chasing her, but of course Crystalline got away, and that's when Crystalline said Ashley threw a bottle at her. I don't know why Dimitri was trying to have all these sister wives but spend months away from the kids and house at a time and be broke. It just does not make any sense. These military vehicles that Dimitri was wanting for the Strapped and Scrap show were supposed to be doomsday vehicles, and Dimitri, he made a whole Lego model that he wanted his doomsday truck to look like. I guess the man's really good at building stuff with Legos. So I guess Dimitri is like a die-hard Kanye West fan, and that's all he talks about. Dimitri said he was going to make 5 different reality TV shows, and now we're going to talk about the shows he says he was going to make and the pitch he made with them. And he said he needed funding for every single one of these TV shows. So these are all the shows that he pitched to Jada. Number 1 is Twist of Lime, comedy about a collective plural family in LA trying to get adjusted to Los Angeles with curious neighbors and deal with business adventures. And Dion Colt from Blackish is supposed to be on Twist and Lime, and so is Ashley and Dimitri. They're supposed to be the main stars. So it's a mixture of feeling Blackish with a plural family. So it's like Blackish meets Seeking Sister Wife, pretty much. And next was the Strapped and Scrapped TV episode, which I talked about, which he came to Ken with when they were supposed to be making military grade vehicles and film it. And Dimitri promised the show was going to sell for $2 million, but Dimitri barely even did any filming and didn't even get like past 10% of the work he needs done to make a TV show, and he was trying to produce it and film it and do it all by himself. And the next one was Bed Bug Busters. So I guess there's attorney Brian Varag, and he's a no-nonsense man who is representing unexpected victims who visit bed-bug-infested public venues. So Brian is an investigator who investigates these people and takes them to court. Brian, his bed bug specialist, and attorney are going to fight for the average American by investigating and litigating their public encounters of bed bug infestations in nursing homes, hotels, and furniture stores. Bed bugs do not discriminate. I guess this Brian Varag is a real person, and he is the dude that gave Dimitri all this money for Dimitri to build him an app, and Dimitri never made the app and ghosted the dude, and the dude paid Dimitri over $100,000. It's been over a year and he still hasn't got his app, and the dude Dimitri owes the app to is a lawyer, so that is not good whatsoever. And his next TV show pitch is Still Together. It is a scripted comedy, and it has the exact same description as the Bedbug Buster TV show that we just went over. Jada made this point, and I thought it was a very good point. She said that Dimitri was just trying to throw whatever ideas he could come up with and just trying to see what sticks. His next show idea was tag team boxing. Celebrities from all walks of life will form together to make 3-person tag team boxing teams. Only 2 teams and special cards can be used to cover other team members, which I'm not sure what that means. I really have no idea what that means whatsoever. And Dimitri is notorious for lying. He used to lie and say he was a firefighter, a first responder. He also said he was a race car driver and a boxer. Like, what can't Dimitri do? Vanessa and Christine won't talk to anyone because they're still under NDAs and their fear of being fined by TLC. I think Dimitri resonates with Kanye so much because they're both like somewhat delirious. So Dimitri was also texting this Jada lady saying that Ashley does not want him anymore, and Ashley wants her own place to live for a year, and she said she will revisit it in a year to decide if she thinks Dimitri and her should continue. So she wants a 1-year break. So when Dimitri finally went back home after he was visiting Ken and Susie last, he came back home to an empty house. Ashley moved out and she took the kids and moved south. I figured this was the case. They were on IG being lovey-dovey to each other like a week ago, but she recently posted a picture and Dimitri wasn't in the picture. It was just her and the kids, so it had a lot of people speculating, but this is confirmed. I guess Dimitri and Ashley are on a 1-year break. So let me know what you guys think about all that drama in the comments below, and what you guys think about Dimitri's TV show pitches. They were quite interesting to say the least. But that's it for this video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I've been working a lot on my video editing, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. So make sure you hit a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you turn on the bell notification so you don't miss it as soon as I drop a new video. Bye guys.